Hi everyone, today is Tuesday, August the 22nd, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. We are looking at oil here, and we can see that it's rotating off of these edges that I suspected we would have as resistance. I do have to say that my confidence was a little shaken when it hit that 84, but fading off of that edge, I mean, you can see that this is a natural space. This line in the sand here is a lot of volume coming through on the particular volume profile. It's very low on the daily one. It's all the way down at 71. I don't really expect to see it there, but you never know. Here at 79, it's really going to battle, right? Because there's a fair bit of bullish news that really is trying to propel oil to the next space. My suspicion is this. I believe today that all these bounces that we're seeing are going to come up into resistance and then fade. Oil will move with the market at some measure and then rotate downward, is my estimation. So how will I be wrong? Well, I'll be wrong in the following areas. One, we are looking at the current candlestick, the prior candlestick, and the day before that candlestick, right? So we're looking at today's Tuesday, that's Monday, this is Friday. We are coming down into the open of Friday, and we found some buyers there at that 79.80 area or 79.60. Now, the question is, are they going to have enough juice to propel price upward? So if you're looking at this, you can say, you know what? I can take a long right here. And my stop, really, if you lose about 79.35 and you are intraday trading, you need to get out of Dodge, right? Just pull it off and reset, because the likelihood of it coming into the lower edges remains fairly important. I like to look at charts and say, where did I last see support that looked very solid, and traders came in and said, you know what, I'm buying that. And no matter where we look in the chart, we see that. And that's this line at 78.50, and that happened about 4 days ago. So the question is now, when we break out, remember, here's how a big picture looks. 1, I fail to head lower. 2, I breach resistance. That's really right around yesterday. And then 3, I pull back and hold a higher support zone. So today, if you're thinking bullish, this is the region that you would want to go long. And this mechanic works on every chart, in every space, in every time frame. Okay? The decisions just get more active the tighter your time frame is. But flow of motion and price discovery does the same thing no matter where you look. So you can simplify the approach and use your technical indicators to boost your thought process, right? So if you're saying to yourself, listen, this is bullish. This has got an upward ribbon. I've got an upward Keltner channel. This is coming up out of its noise. This is my break area. I'm gonna go for it. You know that that's what you're looking for. You're looking for fails to head lower, goes through resistance, pulls back, and makes a higher low. Okay, so you look at this, and you might go, Anne-Marie, how long did I have to do that doing these formations? So for this particular test, you could look to the left and go, I'm giving it a shot as a double bottom. Or you could go, you know what? I'm going to wait for that pullback. And it comes right here. Comes right here into the space. So no matter what you're thinking, it's moving in that space if it's got more updraft, it's going to move in that space that says, this is where you buy the dip. Okay? So when you're looking at something like this, one, I'm holding a support floor, right? So I'm failing to go lower. I'm also not going higher. But this is my resistance area where I break through the wick here, right? It's starting to build a new resistance zone right here in this area. And so when it breaks through, you can go, you know what? I'm looking for the pullback to buy. And that would be the very next day. Okay? So frame out what you're looking at. Realize that a bounce higher up over resistance and a pullback that holds a floor gives you a region where you can buy and hold relative to trend. Okay? If this were a downward facing formation, you wouldn't really be looking at it like that. Okay? But it's upward. And so that would be what you're looking for. Okay? So let's go to the ES. I don't think that we've rolled here yet. Let me double check. No, we're fine. And so this is, again, what we're looking at. Nice, good bounce. Look at the trend, right? We had the 4 days down. I said, hey, listen, yesterday we were talking. I said, we're probably going to be a buy the pullback event. And boy, did it pull back. And look at where it pulled back to. Again, fails to head lower, right? It pulled all the way back to the low of the pre-market and then bounced all the way up. So you've always got this pattern where you can go, hey, listen, if I fail to head lower, I'm going to watch for the pullback and I'm going to buy that. So the floor here says I'm buying, and all of these guys who've been shorting are now saying, well, I either got to get out of this short, or I'm going to double down, or I got to turn around and go long. Those are the three decisions that they have to make. What are we doing? We're looking at this saying, all right, I've got to buy my pullbacks because I have high, low, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. Okay? So from that perspective, we're looking really great here, but this is a very big resistance zone. 44.40 to 44.50. Now remember, this is what I talked to us about when I said, hey, listen, if we bounce, we could go all the way up here into 44.52. We could actually bounce higher into 44.82, right? But we are walking up the prior candlesticks. So after 44.52, we've got, let's borrow 44.52 so we don't have a ton of lines. We have 44.66, 44.67, maybe even 44.70, right? Just right into this noise. So the formations tell us what we're doing is trying to climb this wall of worry. And if these guys piled in too far, too fast, they're going to give a very big upward rise. So what do we want to watch for this morning? Let's break it out with the SPY. Here's what we want to watch for. All right. Pre-market, we've got a gapping action that came down, opened up, hit the low at around 438, 75-ish, something like that, right? Turned around, began to bounce. We are fighting against the high of 4 days ago, okay? So we're trying to retrace in 3 days. We're retracing this downward savage rotation here in this particular formation. What is the slope of trend? It's negative. So in a negative space, people are going to either sell the lows or they're going to sell the bounce, okay? So if they're selling the bounce or they've sold the lows, some of them are upside down. And so they're going to have to say, holy cow, I got to get out of this trade. I got to double down. or I got to turn around and go long. Those are the only three choices, right? So what are we going to look at? We're going to say, all right, we are opening on the bounce. We have negative pressure. We know that there are people who've been short that are going to try and buy it up. We know that the people who have been playing pre-market are going to say, I might fill that gap. So I want to cover into the open so I don't get caught flat-footed here. And so that's what we're going to watch. As long as price action holds the low of the overnight, fades into the high of this wick at 440 and starts dancing around, if it doesn't dip, we're going to head higher. And where are we going to head higher? My suspicion is somewhere near this base at 442 to maybe 443.50, right? So upward pressure, but my premise is going to be the following. The bounce is going to collapse, and all the traders who were caught saying, "Ooh, wait, I just broke this low, tested, broke it, I went short there, it's faded all the way down, oh my goodness, all my profit's gone." That's going to be the first area of resistance, really, in this wave, coming up into the prior support action. Bounce, they're going to fade. If they fade to a higher low, we're going to carry north. If they fade further to the south, we've got something else going on. But that is mechanically what is going on today. Watch your levels, watch the spaces, set alerts for here. Realize it's a buy the dip environment, but there are a lot of trapped sellers that are going to try and get out of the market. Okay, take care, and I'll see you all on the platform.